Well, good morning, everyone. It is barely 7 a.m. and I need to go to work. So I'm going to show you how one commutes to work on an electric bicycle. Don't mind how dirty it is at the moment. I do need to clean my bike at some point now. It's been really muddy and rainy recently, so that is coming. But for now, Friday, I need to get to work. Alright, let's get going now. So, as I said, it is 7 a.m. on a Friday. The sun is just about to come up. I think it's around 7:20 that it officially comes up, so it is a little bit dark, but I'm guessing by the time we get in, it's going to be a lot brighter. The traffic this week is actually going to be pretty tolerable, and that is because all the school kids are off on their midterm, so there is no school for year 1 all the way to year 12, I think. I'm not entirely sure. I didn't go to school here in this country, so I don't know how exactly that works, but there is significantly less cars that I've noticed this week. It's the last day of the week, Friday, and the bike I'm riding, which you can see me ride in all of these videos on this channel, is a electric Crossfire from Halfords. It is probably one of the cheapest electric bikes that you can get, and it's an excellent commuter bike. It has plenty of range, really good assist, and very comfortable to ride. It's not a road bike that's been electrified, it's a hybrid bike, so really, really nice. There are just so many benefits to commuting on a bicycle. First of all, if you choose this instead of a car, obviously there are benefits there. You're not polluting, you're not being traffic itself. But also, it can be a lot faster than a car to get in. And there are these fellow bikers as well around that usually just raise your hand and say hello to. It's basically like a community. For anyone that's wondering, we left the house with 85% of battery range in the battery. I didn't fully charge this morning, or overnight rather, because I really don't need it. This bike has 50 miles of range, but at least 40 depending on the temperature outside. And my commute is 5 miles only, so I can do that a couple of times before needing to charge. Plus you get to use these bus cycle lanes, and some of them have relaxed red lights, meaning that it's the furthest, so it's the leftmost lane, and you're allowed to break the red light if you're just carrying on straight from the cycle/bus lane, which I just did, and it really does help. You're cutting into traffic, you're getting ahead so much. There is no escaping from this red light though. You can really see now what I'm talking about. The roads are empty, and this is very, very much unlike Bristol at 7:10 in the morning. This is unheard of. It's usually gridlocked really. A little bit later, to be honest, around 8 o'clock. So I usually go in quite early. I start at 7:45 in the morning, so I'm able to finish by 4 p.m. and beat the traffic both ways. But even for 7 o'clock, this is incredibly light traffic, as you can see. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the electric assist and getting an electric bike to commute. So, as I said, my commute is about 5 miles. It's mostly uphill. I live in the city centre of Bristol, but I work out in Filton, which is about 300 feet elevation on the way out. And of course on the way back it's a little bit easier. But I don't want to arrive having breaking a sweat. I don't want to arrive and, you know, have to shower. Most cyclists do that. Most cyclists will have their clothes in, ready to put on their shirts, and then they have a locker, they shower. But that adds a lot of time to your commute. So what I do is put the electric assist all the way up to almost the highest setting. And trust me, I am not breaking a sweat on the way in. I'm just cycling along nicely and basically zero effort. And it's excellent for that. It is absolutely amazing. Another benefit of being out in the air in the morning is it really wakes you up. When I take the bus in the morning, I am half asleep when I get in. I get no sort of stimuli on the way in. I'm just staring at my phone, and I sit in my chair when I sit by my desk when I get in, and you know, it's just you just don't feel awake. You need your cup of coffee and everything. Well, the fresh air, provided it's not raining, but arguably the rain just wakes you up a lot more. This sort of just wakes you up a little bit. And it's really great. You get in with this, you know, loads of energy. You feel like you're ready to start a day, and that kind of shows. That kind of shows on the people that commute in. My office is an office of like 2,000 people. It's massive, but and you can definitely tell who cycles in and who doesn't, because everyone that drives or takes the bus in the morning, they are just miserable for the first half an hour, and all the cyclists are buzzing. And I definitely feel that it's true. It is definitely a big advantage, or a big pro for cyclists. So at the moment I'm really cycling uphill at the moment, and I'm really not putting in more effort than just leisurely cycling in the, you know, normal terrain, and I'll let the electric motor do the rest. Usually catch up to normal cyclists on this bit because they all slow down a lot. What a lovely morning it is. It hasn't been like this in a long time. It's just been the worst storms and rains for literally weeks. I think we had 3 weeks of every single day it rained, which is just miserable. So this is what I'm talking about, just whizzing past normal cyclists. Sometimes they make it really obvious that they don't like it. You know, when you're sweating, you're going uphill, you're real slow, and some electric bicyclist just like flies past you, and visibly they're doing no effort whatsoever. They're just sitting on top of this bike. Yeah, I get why that is a little bit frustrating, but it's an excellent feeling for me. One thing to note about cyclopaths though, is this to the left here, is that they're always the dirtiest. They have the potholes. They're the worst bit of road, and that is really something that people are put off by, because if you're cycling in the normal lane, you basically get crashed into, or you know, every single person will beep their horn at you. But then the cycle lane is just as bad. It's dirty, and it just has a lot of potholes and not very good surface. So you gotta put up with that, obviously. Oh, delay that one. That was a yellow light, just getting pink as I was getting through it. Just getting pink. So this is the steepest bit on this whole commute. I'm not sure how well it shows on the camera, but it is steep, trust me. And it has no cycle lane, it just runs out. So this is definitely the most demanding bit for normal cyclists. I couldn't tell the difference between going flat on flat surface or this, because the difference is just made up by the electric motor. And that is the whole point that I'm trying to get across. that it doesn't matter where you need to cycle and how far up and how far down, and you know, you're worried about sweating on the way in, needing to shower. No, it's you're cycling just as normal. Or actually, you can decide how much you want to cycle, right? In the mornings, I don't really want to cycle a lot because I don't want to arrive all like a sweaty mess. So just put it up to almost maximum, the assist. Granted, that drops the range down to like 25-30 miles, but it feels excellent. And your acceleration off the red line is just amazing. You leave every single cyclist behind. Perfect timing. Didn't have to stop at the red light. So, as you can see, the sun is just about come up now. You're in that weird 20-minute interval where it just is really dark when you come outside in the morning, and by the time you get in, it's quite nice, and feels like a day started. This is the only downhill bit of the whole commute in, and the only uphill bit on the commute back home. This is where you can break the 25-mile-an-hour limit, really. This is incredible. This is the last big roundabout before I get in, and this is always backed up to like a mile behind this. It's the slowest bit of the whole commute, but look at that now. Not a single car basically waiting. We're just getting in, by the way. This is the last roundabout, so we're minutes away. This is incredible. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is gonna be it. We're just getting in to my workplace. I'm gonna have to shut the GoPro down now because it's not really allowed for me to record any video past those barriers. But thank you for coming along with me on this morning commute ride. Showed you how easy it is to commute, even uphill in the morning, if you have an electric bike at least. Cheers, guys. Good morning.